CNN reports immigrant sob story. Viewers shocked by what Chris Cuomo let slip on live TV by that conservative girl. Politics US News from AdWorldNews.com. You won't find a bigger bunch of illegal sympathizers than at CNN. On Tuesday, they went at it again, rolling out an immigrant sob story. However, viewers were shocked when, in the middle of the live report, host Chris Cuomo accidentally let slip a stunning admission about U.S. citizenship. Co-hosts Chris Cuomo and Allison Camerota debated the point of citizenship Tuesday morning on New Day while covering the story of a Polish immigrant named Dr. Lukasz, Niec, who was detained by ICE the same day. According to his notice to appear from the Department of Homeland Security, Niec's detention stems from 2 misdemeanor convictions from 26 years ago. In January of 1992, Niec was convicted of malicious destruction of property under $100. Wow, right? In April of that year, he was convicted of receiving and concealing stolen property over $100 and a financial transaction device. Because Niec was convicted of 2 crimes involving moral turpitude stemming from 2 separate incidents, he is subject to removal, immigration authorities wrote in a notice to appear, citing the Immigration and Nationality Act, source the Washington Post. The system seems to be seizing on the fact that Cuomo opened. Niec was convicted of misdemeanor theft 25 years ago. He agreed to a state plea deal for the first time offenders to keep his criminal record clean. That deal is not recognized by federal authorities, so according to a federal notice, crimes involving moral turpitude do make him eligible for deportation. How does this make any sense? Asked Camerota. When the administration says they are going after the hardened criminals, the violent criminals, how does moral turpitude 25 years ago make any sense for a practicing working doctor? I don't understand. Why is he being targeted? I don't either, because that sounds crazy. Then Cuomo accidentally let slip what no liberal ever wants to admit, namely that if you cannot follow the law of this country, you have no business being here in the first place. Go back from whence you came and commit your crimes there if you must engage in criminal behavior. Well, because he broke the law, said Cuomo, let's just take a listen. Notice the difference, right?
Seems to be seizing on this fact. Niec was convicted of misdemeanor theft 25 years ago. He agreed to a state plea deal for first-time offenders to keep his criminal record clean. That deal is not recognized by federal authorities. So, according to a federal notice, crimes involving, quote, moral turpitude do make him eligible for deportation.
How does this make any sense? I mean, when the administration said they were going to go after the hardened criminals, the violent criminals, how does moral turpitude 25 years ago make any sense for a practicing working doctor? I don't understand. Why is he being targeted?
Well, because he broke the law. What the hardliners will say is, your invitation is only as good as your respect for the law, and he broke the law, and that makes him eligible. Now, the delay recognizing the offense and the degree of the offense and the disruption that it will cause does not seem to be fairness under law.
He's a lawful permanent resident. I mean, that isn't who we understood that they were going to be targeting first, prioritizing.
Anybody short of a citizen is vulnerable when it comes to the law and infractions and how those can be interpreted by the system based on its rules. And that's why the debate matters so much.
All right.
Well, he did say that. Dr. Niec's detainment shatters the narrative that detainment of illegal immigrants is racially targeted. Oh, maybe that's why they did that. Cuomo made that point clear as day, whether he realizes it or not. With their coverage of Dr. Nice's story, Cuomo and Camerota inadvertently proved that President Donald Trump's immigration plan is not racist. Indeed, he is just as willing to deport a white doctor as he is to send a Mexican gang member back to Tijuana. Well, that's garbage on both sides. What do you think? I think that's a setup just to make it look like it's not racially motivated. So that's, this stinks to the high heavens on both sides of the aisle. That's what I think. But sadly, we can only ever count on CNN to make such admissions by accident. They never come right out and say that you are subject to deportation if you break the law, while here illegally, whether you're black, brown, yellow, or green, they've got a narrative to protect. And it centers around viewers believing that President Donald Trump is a racist. No, he's not a racist, and this attack on the doctor, I'm not for. That just shows like you're trying to make Donald Trump as not a racist, which you don't have to try to prove. And the deportation of this doctor, I think it's criminal in itself because it's $100. Like, are you kidding me? 25 years ago? Like, give me a break. Listen, we have hardened criminals here that need to be deported. And you're trying to make it look like he's not a... You don't have to prove that Donald Trump is not a racist. But, again, what are you going to say about this? I mean, it is sickening on both sides in this situation. That's what I think. That's what I think. Because Trump doesn't have to prove that he's not a racist, because he's not. He's proved it time and time again. Leave the doctor alone. That's what I say. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.